Have you ever received a funny photo, or maybe you've sent them, or a picture that's accompanied by some funny text? The young'uns, the internet generation, might call that a meme. So what's the psychology behind internet memes and viral content? Psychology expert Dr. Jo Lukens is with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
Look, I normally don't think of memes and psychology together, but here we are.
Here we are. And I guess anything that affects our mind is up for us to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So what are these internet memes and why have they become such a significant part of digital culture?
Well, I think your explanation of them was great. And it was funny this morning. I was thinking about some of my favourite memes and then I realised it's a really difficult topic for radio, isn't it? To describe a photograph and text. And yes. It doesn't sound very funny, but they're these images and often with short amounts of text, usually of a humorous kind of nature, and they spread very rapidly across the internet, either because the same image gets spread over and over again because it resonates, or it seems to be the same picture gets used but with different text on it.
Yes.
So they seem to be the two forms that we see these memes getting spread around. So
what are some of the psychological factors that sort of go into whether a meme will just be sent from me to you or that they do go viral?
They tend to go viral because of the emotional content. I think that's probably the impact that it has on us, and usually these are humorous items that are getting spread around. And I think it's because it's so relatable for us. You know, we'll see something, it makes sense, it brings us a bit of a smile. And so it's that kind of, it's almost like an inside joke or a shared joke when you're sharing it with other people and people go, yeah, that relates to me. And so these things have sort of social currency, if you like.
And they're easy.
They are easy. They're quick. They're to the point. You don't have to type out a joke or anything like that. So I think the type of humour, it sort of sits in that sarcasm family, doesn't it? You know, so it's a little bit, sometimes it can be self-deprecating or it's pretty short and to the point, but it kind of brings a bit of a smile to our faces.
Yeah, or a little bit cheeky. And oftentimes a meme, it might be just shared with everybody, but it might be just sent as a direct message or a private message to someone. It's a bit of a social connection. It's talking without talking.
It is. And if you think about what it is, I mean, one of the biggest things that we know in terms of psychological well-being is feeling like you're with other people that get you, that understand you, that there's that point of connection. So if I can send you just an image and with a couple of words and know that you're going to understand it, and you know that I've sent it knowing that, then that brings us close together. So we can do that in very, very short ways. And the meme is just another form of communication.
It's the modern day way of sending a card saying, thinking of you.
Yes.
Are they good for our mental health and well-being?
They certainly can be. There's no doubt that they can impact on our mental well-being. And on the positive side, you know, we can see them almost like an effective way of sort of coping and making light of a situation perhaps. And we saw lots of those sorts of things going around during the COVID pandemic. You know, they really got some currency about them. And I guess because people were further away from other people and it became a tool for communication. And there's even some research that's looked at what are the impacts, say if someone has something like some anxiety or depression and then they see these kinds of memes. For some people that will actually be mood boosting. So there can be for some people benefits from engaging in this kind of humour and connection again, which is one of those things that becomes very important for someone with depression or anxiety, is to feel that like you connect with other people.
Yes. You are hearing from psychology expert Dr. Jo Lukens. We're talking about the psychology behind internet memes and some of that viral content. Can it be a therapeutic tool?
It can be therapeutic. I just don't think it should replace therapy as such. But we know that sometimes these things can help us even in a stressful moment, that it can lighten the moment, lighten the mood, if you like. And sometimes it takes very much an ironic take on negative experiences and those sorts of things. So, and maybe it helps people process their emotions less threateningly. So I would say they typically don't hurt when we're sending them. We just need to be mindful, as with all social media and social content, how much of it we're consuming.
Are you telling me that an image with a few words can't replace a psychology degree?
Well, yes. On behalf of all psychologists, bearing in mind that I have one myself, yes, I'd like to think we offer a little more than 7 words on the slide. But everything has its place. Who would have thought?
Any negative side effects of them or effects?
Well, I must say I fell prey to it one of the negative effects myself this morning because I knew we were talking about this, and I thought, oh, in case Susan says, what is that? Yes, research, and then all of a sudden I fell down the rabbit hole. So I mean, they are a source of procrastination and wasting time. If you're looking at ones that are overly pessimistic, perhaps, too much of consuming that. So it's the same message that we always have around social media, is being mindful of how much of that we consume, limiting our time on social media and using it for the value of it rather than letting it, having too much of it. The Goldilocks approach, I guess. Yes. We've talked about that before.
And sometimes the more you consume with the algorithm, the more you consume of one thing, the more you will see. So if you're looking at the funny and the positive ones, you're more likely to see more of those ones.
Absolutely. And if you're doom scrolling, you're going to have a whole heap of negativity in front of you.
Yes, always something to consider online. Psychology expert Dr. Jo Lukens, thank you very much for talking memes with me this morning.
Always good to chat.
Thank you. You are on ABC Radio Queensland and on the ABC Listen app.